Welcome back, one and all. This is Friday morning, May 30th, 2025, 8:30 a.m. Yes, of course, we are out here at the feeding grounds. I have just laid out a lot of food for these guys. And whoop, almost stepping on a pile. I've got scattered all over the place because they've all come up this morning to visit. Got some in the background here. This one here looks very much like China, but China's right here, being special and eating out of the big bowl. Oh, how do I start this content today? People, wow. How do I start this? Wow. I'm slowly losing my sanity, I think. I'm having a mental meltdown, if you will. In fact, I'm almost on the verge of tears because of information that has been brought to my attention, which I finally jumped on a little bit. And what I've taken in so far has shaken me to the core because of the path that I've been on and the information that has been coming to me throughout many years, and now all of a sudden it's being validated, reaffirmed, and by golly, confirmed like you would not believe. First and foremost, we got flowers out here, a lot of flowers, and I have to be honest that in the 2.5 years that I've been caregiving to these cats, I have not seen the woods flower out like they have this year. With flowers come the pollinators, aka bees. Oh, and mind you, yes, the warnings have already gone out this year pertaining to ticks. And yeah, I actually the other day had a tick crawling up my leg while I was out here. So, just a little word of warning to be very mindful when you are out and about, whether it's in the woodland areas, the fields, the meadows, wherever the ticks are out and about. And I have to disclaim this because of the factor that typically I'm not bothered by insects, okay? But then to have that one crawling up my leg and then to see these media reports coming out, I might as well go ahead and pass along the same message to, be very mindful of insects while you're out and about. And, you get a tick on you, get it off of you as soon as possible. And of course, I got to bring up my good friend there in Australia. Happy Joy Joy. You know, if you want to see what can happen through a tick bite, go to his channel. I believe he still has his videos up from when he was in the hospital. But anyways, let's go back to the factor of bees real quick. And I'm sorry, but this is going to be a lengthy video. I can already feel it coming on. But anyways, so talk of bees and bee populations, and there's a lot of discussion pertaining to bees, and furthermore to honey. Once again, reports are coming out about being out there in mass quantities. Read your ingredients. They're even talking about how a lot of the so-called organic raw honey is being highly molested. okay, with other ingredients such as corn syrup, which is a major case for, well, let's just say any of those honeys that come in like the teddy bear form of a jar. Yeah, okay. Read those ingredients. Our local Dollar General store down here, um, yeah, they carry so-called honey products, but then once you look at the ingredients, it is corn syrup, okay? Now, speaking of bees, yeah, they're all coming up. There's something going on. But anyways, getting back to the subject of bees, and I also want to make mention of, you know, numbers, okay? Because numbers seem to be very important these days, and connecting numbers. So, you know, I do not care for this competition, this annual spelling bee competition, because basically it's just like any other kind of competition. For me out there, I can always I could make bets on who the winner will be, and I can be correct 9 times out of 10. Okay, that's why I don't bet on sports or anything, because it's all fixed. You know, when you got billion-dollar entertainment industries involved and all kinds of gambling institutions involved now, and it's all fixed. People don't play the stupid games. Okay, so let's continue on, because this, like I said, this is really freaking me out. Hey guys, come on, all right? No, hey, do I have to come in between? No sibling rivalries, all right? Wolf, Spirit, let's be cool. And Spirit's not acting all that great today. It looks like, I don't know. Wolf, man, dude, you need to chill out, all right? So now let's get into the nitty gritty of today's content, and this is where this. First and foremost, thank you to the viewers and subscribers out there that have been coming forth and sharing their thoughts and opinions in regards to my content and what I share, what I provide, what I try to provide as far as additional resource materials just to back up my own content. And this is where, you know, I have to give a major shout out to CF down there around Chi-Town, in the state of Illinois. You have provided me a great service that you'll never understand. I'm okay, buddy. Wow. Um, few videos back, CF had directed me to a series of audiobooks. And in the description box, I am going to leave a link to this collection of audiobooks, but it is what is known, the title that I want you guys to actually go into, and this is what Sia pointed out to me, is called the Time Loop Chronicles. And within, these are very, very long audiobooks to listen to, but so far, and I've only jumped onto this first audiobook of the Time Loop Chronicles, and there's so much information that ties in and connects with my time loop theory and what I have brought forth. And it makes so much sense, and I have the key. I have the key. Or maybe I am the key. because it just makes too much sense. And once again, it ties into so much that I have brought forth. I mean, even within the story of characters that are being talked about and the years that are being brought up. Oh, going back to the spelling bee. Okay, because I guess I might have overlooked that. But anyways, this kid that won the spelling bee competition. Okay, did you happen to see the number? His number? Number 207. Okay? Easy, buddy. Easy. Okay? Yeah. 207. I just brought that number up in previous content. Okay, and once again, a variation of 2 and 7 or 27. Okay, so within this audio book of the Time Loop Chronicles, the year 1984 comes up. The year 1984 ties in to time travel and the Montauk facility. And it ties in with the Philadelphia experiment. Okay, because those are directly interconnected, according to the stories. What brought about the time travel that caused us to go into this time loop scenario was conducted at the Montauk facility. But then it also took place back during World War II, or within that time period. Oh man, now my battery's going low. Yep. I might have to continue this after I charge up the battery. Battery life is draining really quick anymore because of this nonsense known as artificial intelligence. And this is part of that time loop scenario as well. And furthermore, what they talk about as far as the 1,000-year period. And I talk about all this stuff. But getting back to some of the characters. And if you actually know my content, know what I am referring to and in regards with, you're going to hear about two brothers, twin brothers, fraternal twins. You're going to hear about a grandfather that had the key but gave it to the wrong son. And it causes this, 1,000-year time loop. And okay, well, then you get thinking about, okay, so who could these people be? Well, within a family, a Trump family. Go back to grandfather Trump and Tesla, okay? All of this could have been stopped. And we're in this trap that is now called reincarnation. But once again, it is a time loop theory. What the hell was that now? Even the cats. Something just came right through these leaves here. Something invisible. No, it was not the wind or anything like that. Even the cats looked up. I mean, something just went right through. Okay, so I've got these. Oh, okay. So here we go. We got back here. Yeah, this is gonna take away. Okay, we have a bird up here, rather large bird, and I believe that is a green egret. Yeah. Well, it's wow. That is a big bird. Or what do we got here? Of course, the camera, does not see the same as what I do. This bird is much closer than what it appears. Okay, there it is, right there. Okay, let's try center screen. Okay, see him? What is that? He's slowly making his way towards me. Well, come here. See, whenever I'm out here talking, you know, they're oh, my connections are just... And I don't know where that bird went to. I took my eyes off of him. So anyways, yeah, I guess long story short, before my battery completely dies here, I might as well just go ahead and say, click on, you know, I'm take you to that whole collection of audiobooks. But if you go down to, like I said, the Time Loop Chronicles, I mean, I connect with that so hardcore, it's scary. And the information that ties in with my content, my past content, and everything that I brought forth, and over on my sister channel, to where I speak on the time loop theory, my thoughts. You know, this is crazy, people. And yeah, you know, I'm slowly losing it because of the realities that's hitting me, of how real this is. And, you know, part of me is like in high enjoyment over knowing that my knowledge is spot on. You know, otherwise this information would not have been guided towards me. And once again, I have to thank CF ever so greatly, because this is just blowing my mind. I'm loving it, but yeah, it is putting me on a tougher path, because now, you know, I'm gonna be stuck on this. And of course, this has, I feel it ties in with the spheres and orbs, and there's even mentioning made of not even being in the Earth, not being in the same location. Okay, just like what I have made mention of, and to why they have to modify the skies and the weather and all that. So I'm trying to bring out the realities against these deceptions that we have been programmed with for such a very, very long time, 1,000 years. All right? Wow. But anyways, so CF, thank you. Adam Truth Finders, thank you for, you know, for your participation. Happy Joy, thank you. Tamarack, Michigan, thank you. There's so many, you know, I want to thank just for being here and for listening. Because I know that all of you have been brought to this channel for specific reasons and purposes, and it might not be, you know, those reasons or purposes that I try to draw people in. Maybe it's, you know, according to your own interest or whatever, but I have to thank all throughout this channel's history that have come and gone, are still sticking around. I really appreciate. You know, I don't get a lot of interactions on this channel in comparison to many other channels. Yeah, I have an awful lot of content. But, you know, wow. All right, maybe, I don't know, maybe I can get a little closer to this one. I'm afraid that if I pause this, well, let's see. All right, my lighting is already gone. gone dead. Yeah, this is just a young one up here. I don't even know if I'm still recording or not. Okay, we got, yeah, now that I walked away from, boy, my screen is dark, but now that I've walked away from the feeding grounds, Blue Jay, Jayhawk is coming up. I don't know if you can see him or not. I am like completely in the darkness now. So I gotta end this. We'll be back at some given point in time. Check out the links. Yeah, of course, I will be continuing on. Alright, and yeah, we're done for now. Alright, the current time is now 9:30 a.m. and I am going to tie this in with the previous recording, as I just want to include a couple more factors in relation to the audio book that was suggested to me, that I am suggesting to you, and pertaining to dates that were included, in which the year 2017 was brought up, which I have made mention of that year multiple times, because multiple events and other factors took place within that year. Even that in regards to politics. There's a couple more years that is mentioned, one of which being 2027, of which I also make a lot of references to. To me, this is very, very important because of, once again, that political atmosphere in regards to those years. And as far as 2027, what I believe will be taking place. Hey, there we go. Now we have an actual sky observation video according to the content of this channel. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at that. Oh, that's looking so cool. And here he comes. It. Gotta be pronoun proper in this state of Michigan, right? Can't say he, she, it's gotta be an it. So there it is. All right. So we got cat content, we got sky observations. Oh yeah, there's that greater light. I guess we're, kind of jumbling everything together in one basket today. Anyways, so I'm still, I'm still in the process of watching this one audiobook, and which I think is, what, 6 hours long. I guess I should say listening to the audiobook. But already it has, brought forth a firestorm within me of, well, I don't know how to explain my emotional state right now, other than I am completely overwhelmed and highly anticipating on getting back into the story within this audiobook, because the connections that I'm making, and and regarding orbs and spheres and whatnot, it's too bad that more people are not, or have not, paid attention to these other objects that I record in the sky that appear as though they are just cloud formations, okay? And these are what I loosely consider as being transparent Dyson spheres. Huge, with these geometric shapes on their surfaces. Much like what has appeared on the sphere from Columbia. Okay? But these things that I have tried to show you people, they're huge. And I've also captured cloud crafts that are huge, but they appear as clouds unless you take in the outlines. Certain outlines that are straight, right angled, spherical, triangular, they travel with the clouds. They are the clouds, if you will. As many have entitled within their videos, their content, they lurk within the clouds. And they use the appearance of clouds to cloak themselves, okay? Now, this is going to make for a very long video now. But anyways, I just wanted to include that much more pertaining to years that have been brought up within that audiobook in comparison to years that I have brought up within my content and my little talking point discussions. And I'm going to change my little narrations now to where I'm just going to start coming out directly with my thoughts instead of beating around the bush or throwing out any kinds of codes or whatever, because it's just best to be honest and straightforward. I'm going to resort to that within my future content. So anyways, yeah, I'll probably be doing more sky observations. We are to be having much higher temperatures in the upcoming days where, yeah, blam, right into summertime temperatures. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave off at that and let you guys carry on from here or wherever, take time to learn. That's all I can say. Go to my playlists, my reincarnation playlist, my time loop theory playlist. Go on over to my other channel if you want, Dragonfire Investigative Research. Basically, it's all the same content material, just with a couple of, possible additional videos that I've tossed up over there. But, yeah, Dragonfire Investigative Research, okay. Yeah, so we'll leave it on that note, and well, if you want to follow through with my recommendations, my suggestions, you won't be quite as blown away as what I am. I can guarantee you that. But once again, I just wanted to say I appreciate you all, and again, a special shout out to CF for directing me to this very informative content. So thank you one and all, and on that note, have a great one. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and we'll see you at some given point back here on this flip side.